Not only do digital mixing consoles continue to come in different sizes and with new features, but they also continue to drop in price. And I wanted to just take a few minutes and kind of talk through some of the great options and features that digital mixing consoles have for us. In the past, we've all had to use the masking tape or whatever tape to put our labels on, and of course we're scratching those out and changing those. Not only can you label and relabel week after week, but you can also assign each channel a color so that you can group things together. And it just makes things easier for your sound team, whether it's the same person or different people each week, to better understand and more quickly know what they're doing and where they're going. Another great feature is what most people call layers or layering. And let me step you through what this looks like. When it comes to layers, this would be the main layer for running sound in the auditorium, and any change we make to an instrument or a vocal directly changes the sound level in the auditorium. If I come over here, I can push this button, Auxiliary 1, which is actually tied to our stage monitors for vocals. And so any change I make here is what I'm making and sending to our vocalists. And then of course, if I hit another one, this is another layer, and this is what I'm sending to our instruments. And then if I hit another one, this is the layer that's going to our live stream or our video recording or any other number of areas. And then simply hitting that button again to clear it takes me back to the main auditorium. Another layer is our output layer, and this is where everything is going, whether that's to our stage monitors or to our choir, our video recording or our video send, a number of other options that are offered here. There's another layer that I want to point out specifically, and that is our custom layer. By hitting both of these buttons, I'm now looking at all my inputs, or at least the primary ones I want to take a look at and operate on, as well as now I'm looking at all my primary outputs, which would include my stage, my choir, recording, video, streaming. And then it also has some subgroups here. So if I turn this fader down, it turns down all of my vocals or my choir or all my instruments. And basically this layer allows me to, at a quick glance, be able to see any and all activity, or at least the primary activity that I'm doing on this mixing console. One of the other great features of a digital mixing console is the ability to control different layers at the same time. So while one person's running sound in the main auditorium, another person might be running sound for live stream. And all at the same time, and the person running the house doesn't have any clue that anything's changing for the live stream or the stage mix or whatever else that might be. On an analog mixer, historically you would have a row of knobs or buttons where you would change the equalizer. On here, if I simply hit the select button, come up here and double tap the window, now I can adjust all of that from here. I can adjust phantom power, I can adjust the gain, I can adjust my equalization for the channel, and it's very intuitive, very simple, very quick. I can adjust our gate, I can adjust the compression, effects, we can come down here to our auxiliary sends, and any number of other things. Here is also where we would change our labeling and the color for that channel as well. One of the great features of a digital mixing console is the ability to recall settings from week to week, or even for a program that's not for several months, being able to store those settings and then recall them later. In here, I've actually set it up to where this is my minus button, plus button, and recall. And so if I go down a level and hit recall, all of my faders are going to go back to 0. This is basically off for the week. However, the next week I come in and I can hit this plus button, hit recall, and it'll bring everything back to the exact same level, same EQ, same compression, gate, everything that we might have had set before. It's going to bring that back automatically. One of the great features of a digital mixing console is being able to run everything over one network cable from your mixing console in the sound booth to a digital breakout box behind or under the stage. So now all of your microphones and line level signals are running over that one network cable rather than having multiple mic wires and other cables running between the stage and your sound booth. This video wasn't really designed to train at all, as much as just offer a few quick looks at some of the great features that digital mixing consoles bring. If you've got any other questions or thoughts or just want more information, feel free to look us up. Look us up online, send us an email, give us a phone call. We'd love to hear from you and we'd love to help. Thank you so much.